How to predict a coup, The Economist. Two aging presidents, one bad and one awful, were forced from office this month. Abdelaziz Bouteflika in Algeria and Omar al-Bashir in Sudan. Mr. Bouteflika has been in power since 1999. Mr. Bashir since 1989. Their hasty and unlamented departures raise a question: how easy is it to predict a coup? And they've given us a roadmap, which is quite interesting. I've got one disagreement, but let me take it up with them. One obstacle to building a good coup predicting model is that coups are extremely rare and becoming even more so. Perhaps the most rigorous quantitative forecast of sudden regime changes is Coups, published by One Earth Future, an NGO. It finds that economic misery is linked to higher coup risk, and then you normally get a match thrown on the tinderbox, right? So a surge in bread prices or something like that, as is extreme weather. But political factors matter more. Dictators tend to lose popularity when they stay in office for too long. Autocrats who cling to power after losing elections are particularly likely to be deposed. The strongest predictor of future instability is past instability. Coups rated Algeria the country most likely to experience a coup just before Mr. Bouteflika's exit. As for who might be next, the leaders of Burkina Faso, Afghanistan, and South Sudan should be nervous. I wrote about this severally this year, and I said recently in Africa in particular, a lot of leadership is in the departure lounge, but Bouteflika is surely the most extreme example. Kapuscinski, if the crowd disperses, goes home, does not reassemble, we say the revolution is over. I keep repeating that because I think it's very powerful. And it's a question of the crowd. The crowd is asymmetric, but does it have sufficient strength to face down the regime? And I don't think that the UAE and the kingdom can buy off the crowd. I really don't, because from what I've seen unfold in front of my eyes, I think we're watching an inflection point in the battle between the street and the regime everywhere you care to look. But the most proximate examples are Sudan and Algeria. Take you back to November 2014 when I was writing about Ouagadougou. And I said then, this demographic dividend turned into a demographic terminator for Blaise Compaoré, and that it was set to alter the existing equilibrium, or should we call it disequilibrium, between the rulers and the subjects. And I said a rebalancing has begun, but Africa's nonlinear. The rebalancing does not happen in a linear manner. And this is the question I posed. We need to ask ourselves, how many people can an incumbent or a military transitional council shoot stone cold dead in the street? Because they need to clear the street. That's why people are not clearing the street in Khartoum. How many people can an incumbent shoot stone cold dead? 100, 1,000 or 10,000? This is another point. There is a threshold beyond which the incumbent can't go. An incumbent who was very clever at staying below this threshold, of course, is President Joseph Kabila of Arnold Schwarzenegger fame. I will be back. And I said, where that threshold lies will be discovered in the throes of the event.